What's up, guys? GameNut here, and welcome back to my NFL regular season predictions. We are in week number 3, but as always, let's go ahead and take a look at last week, review how we did, and as you guys can see, all of the X's and the check marks, we didn't have, we had an okay week, I guess. So we did end up getting 10 games correct, so we went 10-6 last week, but I'm a little disappointed, man, because like I could have had 13 games guessed correctly. Like, I have absolutely no idea why I chose the Jets to beat the Browns. That was just stupid. I knew I should have picked the Falcons instead of the Eagles. I knew I should have just picked the Cowboys instead of the Redskins, and like those 3 games right there, man, like I should have had those. I'm a little salty about it. I really feel like I should have had 13 games correct in week number 2 because I was just like back and forth between those. So stupid picks by me. So we only got 10 correct this week. But as for Madden 20, of course, they actually did a little bit worse than us, which is always good. They went flat 8-8, got 8 correct, 8 wrong. So that now puts our overall records on the week for week number 2. We sit with 21-10-1. Madden 20 sitting at 15-16-1. So, of course, it is now time to go ahead into our week 3 games and get this thing started. So, to start off with Thursday Night Football, you guys do see the tweet on screen about to pop up right now. Yet again, man, just stupid picks by me. Like, I literally put in my tweet, I feel like the Jaguars are going to get the upset, but my dumbass was like, you know what, let's go ahead and just play it safe and pick the Titans. I should have listened to my gut, man. I'm so mad. Like, again, another game guessed incorrectly, but I should have had because I didn't listen to, like, what I was actually thinking or what I truly should have picked, man. But I don't know. It sucks. Starting off Thursday night again with another loss. We are 1-2 on Thursday night games so far this year. So, kicking things off with our Sunday games, first up on the list, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. They are currently sitting 0-2. They will be taking on the Buffalo Bills, who are surprisingly starting off their season 2-0. Now, however, I'm going to say I think Buffalo's undefeated season ends here. I think Cincinnati finally picks up their first win, man. I mean, they played pretty pitiful last week against the Niners. They definitely showed up. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe the Niners are just that good. But anyways, the Bengals, they put up a really good fight week 1 against the Seahawks. Almost could have had that win. But I do think they win their first game of the season here. I don't see them falling to 0-3. I also don't see Buffalo going to 3-0. And I don't know. I think Cincinnati I think they pick up their first win of the season here. So the next game up on the schedule, we have the Detroit Lions. They are sitting 1-0-1. They will be traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. They are 1-1 on their season. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've been pondering this pick a little bit, going back and forth. I'm still not like 100% certain on the choice that I'm gonna make here, but I think I'm just gonna roll with it, and I think I'm going to pick Detroit, boys. I don't know if I would say that would be the upset. I don't know if the Eagles are the favorites or what. I assume that they probably are, but I don't know. I got a feeling like the Lions, they've been holding their own. They've been doing a decent job so far to start off this season. I mean, they haven't gotten a loss yet. That was just a little joke with the tie. Anyways, but like the Eagles are definitely very banged up right now. I mean, they have tons of injuries. Deshaun Jackson is out. Alshon is questionable, and being questionable, even if he plays, he's probably going to get hurt again if he tries to force it, if he is hurt. So, I mean, the defense for the Lions, especially if you think about like the passing situation, Darius Slay has been great. So if the 1 and number 2 receivers for the Eagles are out, Darius Slay is going to be covering the number 3 receiver on Philadelphia. How well you think that's going to go for the Eagles, man? I don't know. I just feel like for matchup wise, like this is favorable for the Lions, so I think I'm going to roll with it, and I'm going to say Detroit gets the win. Next game up, we do have the New York Jets. They are sitting at 0-2. They will be taking on the New England Patriots, the God squad of the NFL, man. They are sitting at 2-0. Obviously, Patriots winning this game. There's no debate here. There's no really need to say anything besides Patriots are easily winning this game. I feel a little bit bad for the Jets fans, though, man. The Jets and the Jets fans, I mean, like, sitting 0-2 in their season, they're definitely going 0-3 in this game. And it's like, I don't know. I just feel bad for them. They can never catch a break. They're always losing games. But, yeah, they're definitely not winning one here. If they do, I would be insanely shocked. But Patriots probably going 3-0 here. Next game up, we have the Oakland Raiders. They are sitting 1-1. They are going to take on the Minnesota Vikings. They are also sitting at 1-1. For this matchup, though, boys, I think we got to go with an easy Vikings victory here. I don't see the Raiders traveling to the Vikings defense in their stadium. I mean, that's like a very hostile environment. I feel like anytime you see a Vikings home game, it just seems like their stadium is just going mental. Like, it's just, I feel like it's a very tough environment to play in. Plus, Dalvin Cook, he's playing out of his mind. The Raiders do not have that good of a defense, and, the Vikings have a good defense. Raiders don't have that great of an offense, especially, they're probably going to do a good job of stopping Josh Jacobs, and then outside of that, there's nothing left. So I feel like, again, matchup-wise, this would be a very easy game for the Vikings to get the win here. And now we have the matchup of the week. My Baltimore Ravens taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, who will be going 3-0 in this game, man. This has been the hype all week. Everything like NFL Network and NFL, like, just on the Twitter, everything. They are just talking about this game, which should have been prime time. I'm not going to go too far into that, but this is going to be a crazy game, man. I cannot wait to watch this game, dude. It's going to be so good. I'm not going to lie. Let me sit here for a minute because this is my team, so I gotta discuss it with you guys a little bit. Now, to start off the season, we're sitting in preseason is where I'm talking right now. Like I said back then, I feel like we'll probably lose this game to the Chiefs. Fast forwarding to week 3, we are now about to play the Chiefs. Watching the way that my team has been playing up until this point, I really think we actually have a good shot of winning this game. Like I said, preseason time, I would have said Chiefs win this, but the way I'm watching my team play, dude, we are going to compete with the Chiefs. It is going to be a very good game. It's going to be close. It's probably going to be the first nail biter of the season, at least for my Ravens. But I think we can squeak it out, man. Like I'm really excited. I don't know, man. Like this is going to be a great game. Obviously, 2 amazing teams. It still says on NFL.com also that my Ravens still have the #1 offense in the league. We now have the #2 defense in the league, however, but it's going to be a great game, man. Like if the Chiefs win this game, I won't be surprised, but I got to pick my team, man. I got to play favorites, but because like I just got to feel, man, I think Baltimore, they going to get it done. And one other quick side note, I remember last week in the predictions video, I did tell you guys about how I was going to the Ravens game, which I did end up going to. I really didn't take as many pictures or like anything as I was anticipating. I was just kind of trying to enjoy the game, I guess. Plus, it was hot as hell outside. But anyways, aside from that, I'll put this picture up on the screen here or whatever else I have. I don't know what I really have on the top of my head. I do know I did take a picture of Terrell Suggs in that terrible red uniform when he should still be in that purple. But anyways, yeah, the Ravens game, it was amazing. Obviously, we got the win, so it was a great time. All right, so next game up on the schedule, we have 2 more 1-1 teams battling it out. We have the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Now, I don't know really why I've been favoring the Colts so much this year, man. I feel like everybody was just counting them out instantly after Andrew Luck retired, but I mean, they've again been another team that's been holding their own so far. Like they should be 2-0 or could be 2-0 at this point right now because they almost won that game week 1 against the Chargers. Like they barely lost it. So I don't know, man. I don't know why I've been favoring the Colts so much. As for this matchup, however, I feel like I should just play it safe and stick with the Falcons, but for some reason, my gut's telling me to pick the Colts. And guess what? The past couple times when I went against my gut, I was wrong. So this time, I'm listening to myself. I'm choosing the Colts. I don't know why. I just feel like they're going to win this game. So guess what? I'm rolling with Indy once again. I can't believe it. Next, we have the Denver Broncos. My poor Joe Flacco. He's now sitting 0-2. I hate seeing him not have a good start to his time in Denver. But he is going to take on the Green Bay Packers, who are currently sitting 2-0. And man, I'm telling you, I think Green Bay is back. They are going to be a top contender in the NFC this year. I don't know. I know it's a little early to say that, but I feel like they got their act together, man. I mean, the defense is looking real nice for Green Bay, and obviously the offense still has their kinks to work out because it's a completely new offense for these guys. But I don't know, man. I think Green Bay's looking pretty good, and obviously this is going to be quite the easy victory for them here. It's a home game. Obviously the Broncos are kind of having their struggles, and I feel like it's going to be kind of hard to see Green Bay losing this game here at home. So guess what? Aaron Rodgers, he's starting off the season 3-0. Oh boy, we now have the good old Miami Dolphins, the worst team in the league. I feel so bad for the Dolphins. I feel bad for the Dolphin fans to have to go through a season and watch what's happening for their team right now. It's crazy, man. They're sitting 0-2. They're literally 32nd in offense and defense. Poor guys, man. They're going to take on the Dallas Cowboys, who are sitting 2-0. For some reason, I feel like, there's been a couple jokes this week that it's like, what if Miami, Josh Rosen's starting out, he comes out and boom, they're going to beat the Cowboys. Like, I feel like that could happen. It would be pretty funny to see it happen, but dude, there's no way I'm picking the Dolphins. I have to pick the Cowboys. I don't want to be stupid here. Like, there's no way Dallas is going to lose this game against the Dolphins. It's a home game for the Cowboys. The Dolphins are literally the worst team in the league. If they somehow manage to screw this up, somebody is getting fired for Dallas. Moving on now to the 4 o'clock games, we do have a total of 5 of them, and I'm not going to lie, they all don't seem to be the most interesting matchups of our Sunday. But anyways, the first one up, we do have the New York Giants. They're sitting at 0-2, going to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're sitting at 1-1. Now, I believe didn't the last time these two teams match up, it was like a shootout? I remember it was raining in that game. I don't remember who was the home team in that case, but I'm pretty sure it ended at right at the end of the 4th quarter, maybe went to overtime. But I just remember that game raining, and it was kind of high scoring. Anyways, there's no denying the fact, though, that this year these two teams are amongst the bottom tier in the league. So don't really know how interesting or how much of a shootout this game is going to be. However, I feel like the Giants, like, they got to pick up a win at some point this season. Obviously, they're not going to win very many games this year. And, you know, when they're playing bad teams like this, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I feel like this is their time to get a win. So I don't know if I see the Giants dropping to 0-3. I feel like if there's ever going to be a time that they finally get a win, I feel like this would be a good opportunity to do so. We now have the Carolina Panthers sitting at 0-2, going to take on the 0-1-1 Arizona Cardinals. Now, as for this game, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to be probably all that interested in watching it. This is one of those games I was just talking about before. However, I do definitely want to, you know, see who wins this game. I'm going to be interested to see, does Kyler Murray pick up his first career win here? Does Carolina actually drop to 0-3? Obviously, I know Cam Newton is ruled out of this game, so they're going with their backup quarterback, which I don't know if he's a rookie or not. I have no idea. But it's going to be interesting to see, and I'm gonna roll with Carolina, man. I just don't see Carolina dropping to 0-3. That just would be weird to see. I feel like the backup quarterback comes in and he gets the job done while Cam Newton is out. Maybe there could be some quarterback controversy. Maybe the Panthers want to move on from Cam Newton after this. You know, maybe they keep starting this guy that finally got them their first win of the season. But as for Kyler Murray, man, I don't know. I still don't want to believe yet that he's going to be a good NFL quarterback. And I think he goes 0-2-1 to start off his year. Pittsburgh Steelers 0-2 without Ben Roethlisberger for the rest of the season. It is now time for Mason Rudolph to step up. They are going to take on the hot San Francisco 49ers. They are 2-0 to start off their season. As for this game, I have to pick San Francisco. It's very hard to imagine the Steelers with their backup young quarterback Mason Rudolph going to take on the Niners in the Niners Stadium when San Francisco's hot right now. They're 2-0. I mean, look what they did to the Bengals last week. Imagine what they do to a backup quarterback like Mason Rudolph. I don't know, man. I might be all in on the Niners. They so far they're looking pretty good. I just don't want to, you know, put all my eggs in their basket just yet because it is the Steelers and, you know, they have some injuries, obviously banged up with their quarterback. But I feel like it's just very hard to imagine the Steelers coming out of this one with a win. This game should definitely be a pretty interesting one for Sunday. We have the New Orleans Saints sitting at 1-1. Poor Drew Brees is injured, man. Yeah, you know, you don't like ever seeing guys like Drew Brees get injured. They are going to take on the Seattle Seahawks, however, and they are currently sitting 2-0. This is another game, man, where it's very hard to imagine the Seahawks losing this. Obviously, I'm picking Seattle here. I mean, I'm looking at the schedule right now. It does have forecasted that it's going to rain during this game. So, you know, Seattle's very used to the rain. They're always playing in it. I'm pretty sure it was either week 1 or week 2. Seahawks home game. I think it was actually, against the Bengals. It was raining. The Saints, obviously, they're used to playing in a dome, so they're not used to playing in the rain. The Saints are without Drew Brees. They're starting Teddy Bridgewater, who hasn't started a game in God knows how long. It's just, again, with the way that this matchup is, it's very hard to imagine the Seahawks losing this game with the circumstances that are currently around this game right now. I also do think that this game could turn out to be pretty good as well. We have the Houston Texans going to take on the LA Chargers. Both of these teams are starting off their seasons at 1-1. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is another game where I just kind of want to base it off of matchups. I mean, first off, we have the Texans offensive line, absolutely terrible. They're going against the Chargers defensive line, which is pretty good with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. I mean, that's going to cause some havoc and probably do a good job of stopping down the run. Now, aside for the offense for the Texans, I mean, obviously, you know, their passing attack is not too bad, but the Chargers also have a semi-decent secondary, even without Derwin James. And as for the offense for the Chargers, I mean, they've been playing pretty solid so far, you know, outside of last week's game against the Lions, and the Texans defense isn't all that great. So with all those factors, Chargers got to be getting the win, am I right? And now our primetime game for the night, we have Sunday Night Football, of course. The LA Rams sitting at 2-0, going to take on the very overhyped Cleveland Browns sitting at 1-1. All I have to say is, what drugs was the NFL taking when scheduling this matchup? Why is this the Sunday night primetime game? They have been hyping up the Ravens and Chiefs so much this past week. Like, this should have been Sunday Night Football, but for some reason, it's Rams-Browns. It's going to be one of the most boring Sunday Night Football games ever. The Rams are going to steamroll over Cleveland and absolutely embarrass them. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams put up 40-50 points. I don't see the Browns standing any chance against the Rams here. If they somehow come out with a win, my mind would literally be blown. And last but not least, our Monday Night Football, the Chicago Bears 1-1, going to take on the Washington Redskins. They are starting 0-2. I'm not gonna lie, man, this is again, not gonna be the most entertaining Monday Night Football game, but I feel like Chicago's got to pick up the victory here. I feel like, with the way that their defense is, it's very hard to imagine them losing to an offense like the Redskins, and especially with a starting quarterback like Case Keenum. And I'm also going to make another prediction on top of this, boys. You heard it here first. After this Monday Night Football game and the Bears win this game, Case Keenum's going to be so bad that next week in week 4 is going to be the first week they are going to start Dwayne Haskins. I'm calling it right now. It's going to happen. Bears definitely getting the victory here, going 2-1. So, boys, there you have it. There are my predictions for week 3 of the season. I know this episode was a little bit long. I definitely rambled on a little bit. But anyways, of course, before I let you guys go, we've got to take a look at Madden 20's predictions and see who they are choosing to be the winners of week number 3. So let's go through this as quickly as possible, starting things off with Thursday Night Football. They will be starting off the week 1-0 as they did pick the Jaguars. So obviously, we already know the outcome of that game. Jags won the game. Good job, Madden. Anyways, moving forward, we have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Buffalo Bills. They actually have the Bengals dropping to 0-3 on their season, and Buffalo getting the win. Next up for the Lions and the Eagles, they have this game ending in a tie. I can't make this up. You guys will see it here in just a minute. They literally have this game ending in a tie. I mean, if that happens, that would be absolutely crazy if they predict that to happen, but obviously this should be a loss for Madden in that game slot. Anyways, moving forward, we have the Jets and the Patriots. They are also going to be choosing the Patriots here. We have the Raiders and the Vikings. They will also be siding with us, picking the Vikings here. For my game, my Ravens and Chiefs, they're saying the Chiefs, man. They don't think my Ravens are going to clutch it up and end up getting the win against them here. They're going to be running with Kansas City getting their 3rd win of the season and not my Ravens. Moving forward anyways, we have the Falcons and the Colts. They're actually siding with us again here, picking the Colts. Kind of interesting. We have the Broncos and Packers, once again with us, picking the Packers here. We have the Dolphins and the Cowboys, no surprise here, also picking the Cowboys. Next game, Giants Buccaneers, siding with us, picking New York Giants to win this game. Panthers and Cardinals, siding with us, also picking Carolina to win this game. Steelers and Niners also siding with us, picking the 49ers to win this game. Saints and Seahawks also siding with us, picking the Seahawks to win this game. Texans, Chargers siding with us, picking the Chargers to win this game. Oh my god, dude. Whew. I went through that as fast as I can. Dude, they keep copying me every week, I swear. But for the Rams and Browns, they actually have Cleveland getting the win here. How crazy is that? They think that the Browns are going to beat the Rams in this game. But finally, last but not least, we do have Monday Night Football. Bears and Redskins, they are going to be picking the Bears to win this game. So there you guys have it, man. That is the week 3 predictions, man. Hopefully, we have a good week. I feel like I'm going to, again, have probably at least like a 10+ correct week for week number 3, man. But I hope all of you guys did enjoy it nonetheless, man. Once again, enjoy some football today on your Sundays. I will catch you guys all later. Make sure you put a thumbs up on the videos if you guys did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.